How you guys doing? It's 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com with another video. So today I'm just gonna break down these books real quick. Didn't do a show over the last few days. If you guys came and checked me yesterday and you have the notification bell on lock, then you got your free plays, which was three plays, and I told you you could parlay them if you so feel like it, or you could single bet them. I chose both, so I single bet them and I parlayed them. And if you guys know, we made money last night. Anyways, that's enough for today. Let's just get right. Sorry, that's enough for yesterday. Today's a new day. Let's get paid. So, starting from the top, we got the NHL. Got the Buffalo Sabres versus the Colorado Avalanche. Avalanche heavy favorites today, playing against the Sabres, who, the Sabres took a few wins. They got a few wins off of a few people. So it's going to be a good game for them. I like what's going on. I honestly like what's going on for the Sabres, but I can't bet on them. Obviously, these guys are garbage. What I actually really like in this game is Colorado, the team total for Buffalo to be under 3 goals, but it's not something that I could that's readily available right now. Let me check to see real quick, just to see who's gonna be at net for these guys. Very short slate of NHL. There's about 3 games here today. Um, in this Sabres game, because honestly, Colorado is one of the teams that didn't want to make too many adjustments in the trade, because they didn't want to mess with they didn't want to mess with their chemistry in the locker room. Um, so I like those kind of comments from the GM, and last time these guys seen each other was about 2 weeks ago, and Colorado blew them out. So long story short, the easy play here is Frank who's gonna go at net versus Carter Hutton. The easy play here would simply be to bet on to simply bet on Colorado to cover the spread, the minus 1.5. We got burned on a couple 1.5s over the last few games. Um, I think this one is pretty. I think it's a pretty good spot for them. Although Carter Hutton is a really good goalie in my personal opinion, obviously his numbers would say differently. But 1.5 doesn't mean that they're gonna lose by 5 goals like they did last time. Just means that they have to win by 2. And Colorado, I like their chances of winning this game. Next we got Vegas. They're gonna go up against Edmonton. It's a pretty good spot for Vegas also. 6.5 is the total. You're gonna have Koskinen. He's gonna be at net going up against Fleury. Fleury been playing a lot of games, and obviously they're trying to make that playoff push. But man, he's been playing a lot of games. Koskinen is a really good goalie in my opinion. They didn't do a really good job protecting him, but and his numbers are a reflection of that. It's not a reflection of how bad he is, because I honestly think he's a really good goalie. All that aside, I don't have a play in this game because honestly, I like Edmonton and I'm not gonna bet on them. I don't think there's any value in betting on the Edmonton Oilers. But a better pick for me would be the under 6.5. So Edmonton wouldn't score more than 3 goals on Vegas, and nor would Vegas score more than 3 goals on Koskinen. I think that they're gonna try to show up for this game. Although it's a road game, I think they're gonna try to show up, and I like the under 6.5 in this game. Next, we got Pittsburgh versus the LA Kings. Kings playing at home. Um, Pittsburgh is a new look Pittsburgh, well, new old look. So they ended up getting one of their old players back. Sherry's back in the lineup, so that's gonna be pretty good for them. He already knows how to play, so it's not gonna be messing up with any chemistry or anything like that. Um, Kings they play better at home than they play anywhere else. Last time these two teams seen each other was 2 months ago in December, and Pittsburgh won, but barely. They won 5-4. Um, and the Kings took it to them. And the Kings is one of those teams that are going to try to keep on taking it to playoff teams. They're going to keep on trying to ruin their chances. And I can't bet on the Kings today. Obviously, they're garbage. But I'm going to have to, and I can't bet on Pittsburgh either. So only 2 plays in hockey. Going to have to move along to other things. Now we're going to get right into basketball. In the NBA, we got the Brooklyn Nets versus the Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal in 2 games scored 108 points, 55 in one and 53 in another. Ridiculous. Lost both games. Today he's going to be playing up against Brooklyn. I feel like this is and it's a kind of a trap because 2.5 is the spread. Last time Brooklyn was favored was 3.5 against Orlando. They didn't cover that spread. Matter of fact, they flat out lost if I'm not mistaken. Washington They give everybody a hard time. Brooklyn doesn't play any defense. Like I'm not gonna pick a side in this game because I honestly think that that Washington wins this in this spot. But what I will do is put the over 234.5. I think it's gonna be easy. 234.0. I think it's gonna be easy money for that over. I think you guys are gonna be laughing by halftime, but who knows? I might be way off in this, but I think we're way too deep in the season to start second guessing ourselves. So I like the over in this game to start in the NBA. Next, we got the Knicks and Charlotte. I'm gonna stay away from this game altogether because they're two trash teams and you never know what to expect between them. Next, we got Philly versus Cleveland. Cleveland coming off of a big win. They took Miami to the limits, took them to overtime where they won uh, in a game where Miami was up about 20 points. So Cleveland showed some grit, but what's new? That doesn't surprise me. Cleveland been covering a lot of spreads this season. They're one of those underdogs that I like to bet. That I like to bet on. You know, I like to put the T when you see Cleveland because quite frankly, I think they're a good team. It's just too bad that they're not good enough to get over or to win games. But you know, they don't just roll over. You know what I mean? And there's been a lot of that this season for the most part. A lot of teams who've been showing a lot of grit. But Cleveland is one of those bottom feeders that really they really cover spreads. At least at a 45 to 55% clip. Like I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but if I had to check, I'm pretty sure it's not that bad. Um, but Philly, they don't play that good on the road. They're gonna have to try to win games without Ben Simmons. He's gonna be injured. 217.0 is the total, and I would put the under if Philly was home, but they're not. Um, 7.5 is kind of a lot of points. I, I'd love to put Philly to cover here. I'd love to put Cleveland even more. I can't. I can't pick any. I can't pick any side in this game. So no side. Um, I'm gonna be a punk about it. Next, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Miami Heat. Heat, they're at home favorite. 11.5 is the spread, playing up against D'Angelo Russell and the D League. The Heat's coming off of again that loss where they were up 20 points on the Cavs. I believe Jimmy Butler is out still. If he's back in the lineup, it might be a good spot for them. But I believe he might be out still. Um, but you know the Miami Heat, they're a lot better at home anyways. They're a better home team than anything else. So it would be Miami to cover or nothing. 234 is the total, and I see it. I could see why it would go over, but I honestly think that this game's gonna go under. I think there's gonna be a lot of clamping. I don't think. I think after the Heats go up 20 points in this game, they're gonna try to go up 30, and then they're gonna try to make sure that they keep the other team under 100 points. Not sure they're gonna be able to do it because Minnesota they could score buckets, but I like Miami to cover. It's a double digit spread, 11.5, but I like Miami to cover and the under 234. There's the Orlando Magic versus the Atlanta Hawks, but that game's off the board for a minute. Maybe there's some injuries. Not sure what's going on there. Stay tuned and look out for that on your own time. I wouldn't have bet on that game anyways. Personally, I would take Atlanta and the over, no matter what the over is, and the over could be anything as high as 222, which I doubt it would be because Atlanta is really a team that like yes they score at home, but also Orlando is a better defensive team. So they would gauge it on the team who would control the pace. In this situation, I believe it would be Orlando. So I don't think the number would be anywhere further than 217.5, depending on who's in the lineup and who's not. So I think 217, 220 really is the highest. But even that I think is too high. The total might really gauge anywhere between 211 and 217 is where I would think it would be with Orlando having a slight edge, maybe a 2.5 favorite. But right now it's off the board. I'm just estimating based on the statistical numbers that I have really ingrained in my head. But apart from that, I'm just talking off the top. So when that game does come back on the board, look out for it. I wouldn't bet on it though. Like I said, not really any value there. Next, we got the Houston Rockets versus the Grizzlies. Houston 11.5 favorites. Last time they were favored was versus the Knicks. 12-point favorite. They didn't cover. They won by 11. Disappointing game that game. Well, as far as spreads go, they still won the game, but it was disappointing for me. In this situation, Russell Westbrook is should be in the lineup. He was on rest duty. Now he should be in the lineup, and there's probably like I don't think there's too many injuries in this game. But anyways, the last time these guys seen each other, Memphis was the victor, and this was this time last month. So Memphis won the last time they seen each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if Houston had a shoot. Last time these guys played each other, Memphis won by 11 points on the nose. So this might be a little bit of a revenge spot. I don't know, but Houston they're 8-2 since going micro ball, 8-2, and I like uh the Russell Westbrook versus John Morant lineup here because Russell Westbrook is honestly a bet like he's an ultimate competitor. He plays defense and he'll take it to you. So I'm interested to see what happens here. 237.5 is the total. I think that's a lot of points. I think it's way too much, but I like Houston to cover here. I'm giving them another chance to cover, and that'll be that. Now we got the battle for Texas. We got the Spurs versus Dallas. 233.0 is the total. Man, the battle for Texas, honestly, it's almost like in the NHL when you have the battle for New York, where you got the Rangers versus the Islanders. The Rangers always, every season, they're usually the victors of the end. No matter how good or bad either side is, the Rangers are typically the victors in the series. Even if they lose one game, they're typically the winner in the series, and they usually play 4 times. Same situation here. Dallas and San Antonio typically play about 3 to 4 times a season. Now you got San Antonio, who's a 4.5 underdog at home. 233 is the total. I like the over more than anything else, and I honestly like the Spurs money line here. Dallas been doing a really good job at beating everybody. Everybody that they get a chance to see, they take it to them, they beat them. But I like the Spurs' chances today. Don't ask me why, but in the battle for Texas, from my recollection, the Spurs are usually the ones who come out on top. And the last time these guys seen each other was a 102-98 victory for Dallas. So they already got one on the Spurs. Or am I mistaken? Maybe Dallas is the one who usually wins the battle for Texas. I might be mistaken. But anyways, either way, I don't have a play in this game. But I lean the Spurs money line, but I really got the over 233.0, and that's gonna be the only play in that game. Both teams go over. Spurs is like king of over, and Dallas is up in the fifth percentile or 20th percentile. So interesting numbers right there. Next, we got Phoenix versus the Clippers. Phoenix 7.5 underdogs at home. 233.0 is the total. Give me the over 233.0. I don't think they're going to stop Phoenix from scoring any buckets. They'll probably cover. I'm not going to bet on them to cover, not on the road, anyways, especially after a game where they won by 20. So they probably get in a full head of steam, probably feel like they're really better than they are, and they're not. So I can't bet on the Clippers in this spot. But I could give you the over 233, and that's going to be my play in that game. And last but not least is the Boston Celtics versus the Utah Jazz. If the Boston Celtics didn't just play last night, I would be all over Boston as underdogs, paying 280 to 1 on your buck. 218.0 is the total, and give me the under in this game because I think it's going to be defensive. I think that the Boston Celtics don't have their legs. I feel like they're going to be a little bit sluggish after giving all they had to destroy Portland yesterday, which was one of the 3 picks that I gave, along with the Lakers to cover, as well as the under in the Sacramento Kings game. So again, not to brag or not in, but if you guys followed yesterday, you guys got a winning ticket. And every time I give you guys a win, every time I give you guys 3 plays, it's been winners every time. Like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but when I come on late and I give you guys 3 plays, or if I give you guys 4 plays late night, they're usually winners. Like, we usually go perfect in those scenarios. So just hit the notification bell and, feel free to fade or follow, but hit the notification bell so you're posted anytime I post videos because, like, honestly, I haven't done shows in the last 2 days, but I did come out yesterday with some free plays. So look out for that. And if you don't want to do that, check me out on Snapchat and you could probably see what I'm up to. Sometimes I post. For the most part, I've been inactive as of late, but sometimes I post. So under 218.0 in this Boston versus Utah game. I think something has to give for Utah, and they'll probably step up to the plate tonight. But I'm gonna have to see it. So that's pretty much it for me. Anyways, before I let you guys go and give you guys the Bookie Bullies rundown, once again, I'd love for you guys to go ahead and smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because situations like yesterday happens every now and then. Sometimes I get generous and I give you guys plays, so don't be shy. Hit the notification bell, and you'll be advised anytime I post these videos. So starting from the top, got the Colorado Avalanche minus 1.5, got the under 6.5 in the Edmonton versus Vegas game. Got the over 234 in the Brooklyn versus Wizards. Got the Miami Heat 11.0 to cover the spread. Got the under 234.0 in the Minnesota versus Miami game. Got the Houston Rockets to cover the 11.5 spread. Got the 233 over in the Dallas versus Spurs game. Got the 233 over in the Clippers versus the Phoenix game, and got the under 218.0 in the Boston versus the Utah Jazz. That's 9 plays. Today, for a change, I'm going to be posting them on my Twitter, and I'll do it before game time. So everybody who didn't get a chance to watch the video today will be able to get some free action. I don't do that all the time either. So that's pretty much it for me. I'll tell you like I tell you all the time. Please do not bet what you can't afford to lose. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And like always, feel free to fade or follow. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this so we could all get better, myself and you included. And making money is a team sport. So on that note, be safe, be good, and I'll see you again tomorrow.